So I'm here with Luis. Luis, where are we at right now?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. Why are we here right now?
Well, we're here to reinstall from the V1 to the V2 kit.
So we're basically doing a V2 upgrade. You had a V1 installed. How long ago was that, actually, when it was installed?
I would say a year and 4 months.
And as I've said multiple different times, the V1, some of the V1s were plagued by some issues and some had some issues. And you were one of those victims to that issue. As we see the current condition that this car is sitting in, it looks like you made attempts to try to fix it yourself.
Yes.
So like, what have you done? What was the problem? What happened to your kit?
So what happened was the actual shock, the bolt snapped, and unfortunately it's on the driver's side, the most used of the vehicle. And so looking at it, reached out, tried to get some resource. What can I do to get it fixed, you know, as soon as possible, because I had upcoming shows and big shows that I missed, right? And unfortunately the time frame wasn't there. And so try to drill a hole into the steel, but I will say the steel is pretty impregnable at that. But, you know, got some people to even come out, you know, they even said charging by the hour, it would have taken too long to even get drill a hole. So my money and their time, it wouldn't have been worth it.
And when you say drill out, you're basically talking about drilling out the broken bolt that was inside the arm itself.
Yes.
I was telling him when I saw this bullet's actually in great shape, which is shocking because that's generally what goes so quick with the V1s. So nonetheless, we are going to get this off this car. You've taken a lot of this apart though, like a lot. And you have everything, right? All your screws and
yes.
everything? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
We hope so. So we're gonna go ahead and get this V1 off this car and we're gonna put the V2 on. We're gonna get this right for you. And then we're gonna get back with you because you've obviously experienced both. And then we're gonna have your honest opinion on what do you feel about the V2 versus the V1. So we'll touch base again in the next couple hours.
Sounds good.
So as you saw, the customer had taken this apart because, well, he was trying to fix a V1. I hate these, so we're just gonna hope for the best. Okay, so as you see, driver's side's done. Now we're gonna go to the passenger side. Knock that out. Now we're done with the whole upgrade slash, you know, everything here. So let's go ahead and get this other V1 pulled off. I mean, the V1 wasn't all bad. There was a lot of parts of it that were bad, but not all of it. Most importantly, it was a great stepping stone or a initial place to start because very few of them actually were affected by some of the known flaws that V1s have. So it paved the way to the V2, which for that, I wouldn't have changed anything. But looking at this now and looking back on this, just, I wish I knew then what I know now. Well, we are done here in San Antonio, Texas. Lewis, how are you feeling about your car right now?
A lot better, a lot better.
Hop in, tell us what you feel. If you feel a difference, obviously you've not really played with the V2 yet. So go ahead and hop on in there.
Okay.
And then kind of describe the difference. Is there a difference you notice already?
Oh, right there, big difference. Oh, that's new. That's new. Usually it just comes towards you already.
Yeah, it stays?
And
yeah.
it stays. That's nice. Woo! Oh yeah.
Easier going up?
Easier going up, a lot smoother. Felt effortless, so liked it a lot better.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Do you notice they're any higher than the V1 at all?
From this perspective, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And just looking at it where it's going over right there,
Yeah.
big time. Huge.
Well, I'm glad we finally came out. Sorry it took so long, obviously, to get you taken care of, but I knew you'd be happy with the V2, obviously, over the V1 for sure.
No, yeah, most definitely. I think the V2 is a lot better than the V1 in a sense of like now I don't have to worry about going over the little, what do you call that?
The Bullet?
The Bullet.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest concern, especially like when I actually had my car going to a shop. That was one of the biggest where I had to make adjustments because you had pros opening your door and they didn't know what they're doing, and then I had to adjust because the Bullet was slightly dinged.
And you notice like when you pull the door down, there's no more bounce anymore.
Oh yeah.
It just feels solid, stops, and just kind of goes in.
And just the whole stopping, just that's impressive because usually like especially like at like interior area, like the door automatically starts going in because of the slopes. But this, yeah, most definitely.
And that was like, so the intention of the V1 originally, we had a ball design. And then the first 10 that was ever released, we discovered that the ball was not indestructible like the manufacturer of the ball said it was. So we had to kind of go back to the drawing board, and caveats there was the tension on it kind of pulled that door in, as you noticed, as you kind of dealt with on yours, is when the door was down and it wasn't up, it would kind of want to go in and close in on itself. That was not something that we designed in. That was just an unfortunate kind of side effect of having to redo that, what was a ball that became the Bullet, type area, and it was problematic. So V2 is a completely different kit. We've taken what we've learned over the past 3.5 years of the V1 being out, and then really revamped a lot and redesigned a lot and made I think a really solid feeling kit. And I guess Luis here would be the one to kind of vouch for that, since he's had a V1 for over a year.
Most definitely, especially like if you look at the shock as well, like it used to be so close to the fender, now it's so off of it, and it's to me it was very nerve-wracking. But now looking at it, like
that's the whole thing, is it's like it was supposed to be concern free, or worry free type thing, and I think we nailed it with the V2 and missed out on some opportunities with the V1, but that's the learning part. Like no one gets it right the first time. You change, you adapt, you kind of evolve, and then that's what we've done. We stuck to it. We wanted to produce a product that was amazing on all fronts, and the V2 is what that ultimately ended up being. So
oh yeah, especially like with it being a slight breeze. I know when I was going to shows, worrying that my doors were going to be moving, and then looking with the slight breeze, they're not even.
Yeah, not moving at all.
Not moving at all.
No, they're rigid. Your whole kit, the V1, was all aluminum. I think like the 6th version of the V1 is when we adapted, or we added the steel main frame part. But we didn't do that to the arm sections. The V2 got the same A36 steel frame, and then all of the arm stuff was upgraded to A36 steel too. So as far as rigidity goes, that's what you're feeling. That's what makes it the way that it is. It's a much more stable, much more durable kit. It's more rigid than the vertical door ring frame kits. Much more solid feel.
No, very noticeable. You can obviously see it.
Yeah, you can definitely see it. Glad you're happy.
No, yeah, most
now
definitely.
You can go back to your shows.
Now I can, yeah. And I appreciate y'all coming out, after all the disgruntles I had. And of course, you setting up and having the first day disgruntled, because course, I took it apart trying to get it fixed myself. But I mean,
and that's understandable. It's understandable. I told him, and I think one of the earlier videos, like early on years ago, there was a customer in, I want to say New Jersey or somewhere up there, who knew kind of what we were doing. He saw, you know, and he was like, I'm gonna help. And we started taking apart the door panels and all this stuff. And I walked in and I'm just like, because I don't know, I mean, anyone that takes apart cars for a living and does this type of stuff for a living can understand and can relate. Like, you feel tension in every part you take off. You feel it in the screw, you feel it in the component, you feel it in all that stuff. And when you're putting something back together and you don't have any of that kind of memory on how something felt or how it came off, whether you or not, I've taken it apart 100,000 times. It just, each one's different, you know, and it just was like, so it wasn't really cringe with this. It was just, I understood your situation. It was problematic. You had an issue, a major issue with the V1. So you did what you needed to do, and rightfully so. So I'm really happy how this came out. I'm happy that he's happy. So until next time, like, subscribe, share. And if you want a kit, you know how to find us. If you want an install, you know how to find us. So until the next one, have a good one.
I thought it was going to be a lot more, it just seems a lot more simple. It's more simple than I thought it was going to be.
The process or the installation?
Because
Because I might have a different opinion on